airsin agus fáilteamh go Speak Gaelic. Welcome to Speak Gaelic. Sé ha ma a bhí arás a giúnsach a cóilmharaibh. The theme of this episode is Ann sa bhaile, in town. Ann sa bhaile. And we'll be learning words and phrases that you can use how a dubh Airsploid if you're going on a fun trip or a night on the town. And it's a particularly good phrase to learn and use with your friends. A dubh Airsploid. And we've lots more to come. Talk about what you did on a day or night out.
Hi Megan Taitaski.
Calum Maclaine gets into the groove with some dance moves. Discuss future plans. And I meet Gaelic learner Maria Robertson and find out why her goal is to speak Gaelic. Nach bríonn sin bicin Gaelic maha. A bhfuil sibh díseal? Are you ready? We're going to look at how to ask someone about something they've done. And we do this using the phrase "Dé raibhnú." What did you do? Dé raibhnú. You can use Dé raibhnú to ask about many different things, but we'll concentrate here on phrases that allow you to talk about a day out in town and how to respond. To ask someone what they did in town, you say, Dé raibhnú ann sa bhaile. What did you do in town? Dé raibhnú ann sa bhaile. Now, many of us like to hit the shops. In Gaelic, na bhúidheann. Na bhúidheann. And if that's you, then you'll probably head for the town or city centre. Mia na bhaile. Literally, the centre of the town. Mia na bhaile. If you're more into history or culture, you might want to visit a museum, a toirt, a house of preservation or storage. Toirt. Or perhaps you're lucky enough to have tickets for the theatre. Toirt, literally the playhouse. Toirt. Now, if someone's asking what you did on a visit to town, they might also use the phrase an dheachu. Did you go? An dheachu. For example, if they were asking about the toirt, the museum, an dheachu gan toirt. Did you go to the museum? An dheachu gan toirt. We respond to a question beginning with an dheach with either the positive form, which is chai, chai, or the negative form, chadheach, chadheach, chai or chadheach. To say that you have been to the museum, it's chaid me gan toirt. I went to the museum. Chaid me gan toirt. But if you didn't, it would be chadheach me gan toirt. I didn't go to the museum. Chadheach me gan toirt. Let's listen to this conversation where people are talking about Dé raibhnú an bhruidhinn.
Fiskin ma a cháin. Dé raibhnn si bhig an bhruidhinn.
Voilà, yeah, akamsa.
And du gafu fós?
Gav me becken fosh. Hi Megan Taitaski.
Ha Taitaski mór buidheann an na Madrid.
Ha. Ham prado glivria. Ha tashpan a guraun an drasta. Hi me hin agus carachaun jesacharnia.
An dheachu gan na bhúidheann.
Chadheach. Hi sin gu mian na bhaile. Agus hi sin gu café.
And you go heen gan bhaile, Emma.
Chaim mé gan bhaile? Chaim mé hín agus díos charaiteann gan na bhúidheann de sathairne. Tá sráidteann an na muinteann le imig bua agus raibh sin tóir cóiseach.
An de rein sif tor gianoch.
Cheamh mé rud na gá?
Is vier hully mo chéile Carla if you dolch an the bhúidheann. Han you'll tor bhúidheann mór out sa Edinburgh.
De dhíh siúh an sa bhaile, Emma.
Cad a gích misio an sa bhaile. Gáil mi coffi agus chaim mi iachi. Ba mi a cócarach díniar gam a bháthir.
Bhfuil tú bháthair na séir, Emma?
Ha, mór an taing ándra. Dé rainniu héin, an rá bhá agad.
Ba? Hai sin ganin at spór sawn sa bhadain. Bha sin na snáf. Agus hai sin na reikin gil chluiche féskis.
Chai sig go féis hiúil an ballin na cheaclaise. Bha ceall tradition ta ann, agus bha ceall Gaelic ann.
Aberspors?
Cymera chai gave. How did you get on? Did you follow what was being said? Everyone seems to have been very busy visiting various places. Emma responded to Aldra's question, saying, Chaich mi gan valle. I went into town. Chaich mi gan valle. We also heard the question form of chai, which is yn diach. Did you? Yn diach. Emma used the phrase yn diach and asked Catriona, yn diachu gan y bwchen. Did you go to the shops? Yn diachu gan y bwchen. And Catriona's response, chadiach. No, I didn't. Chadiach. But where did Catriona and her friend go? Chaishin gumiana valle. We went to the city centre. Chaishin gumiana valle. And she explained, Chaishin gu cafe. We went to a cafe. Chaishin gu cafe. To say we went to a, we say chaishin gu, as opposed to we went to the. Chaishin gan. Chaishin gu and chaishin gan. That's why we heard Catriona saying chaishin gu cafe. What about Emma? Well, she was with two friends. Chaim mi hin agus díis charichin. Myself and two friends went. Chaim mi hin agus díis charichin. And they went to the shops. Gana búchin just saharne. To the shops on Saturday. Gana búchin just saharne. Let's listen again to some of that conversation.
Yn diachu gan y bwchen?
Chadiach. Chaishin gu mian na valle. Agus chaishin gu café.
And you go heen gan vala, Emma?
Chaim mi gan valle? Chaim mi hín agus díis charichin gan y bwchen just saharne. Has ráchin an na munchin le imig bua agus reinshin tór cosiach.
Now, for my favourite part of the programme, and I've been joined by another of Speak Gaelic's inspirational learners, Maria Robertson. Participating in the Aberfeldy mod is where Maria first encountered Gaelic. But before we start chatting about her learning, let's find out a bit more about her.
Is Misha Maria Robertson. I'm Maria Robertson. I was born in North Devon, but I came to Scotland when I was 8. Ha mi a fheuchainn anna Newton Hill, fashk air Operayan. It's great living beside the sea. I've recently started wild swimming and I love being in the water. It helps me relax and it's good for the circulation. It's great to get outdoors into the fresh air and have a break from the laptop. I work from home as a business researcher for a law firm. I also do a lot of admin for the local fheish and I'm the class coordinator for Club Gaelic Operayan. Although I didn't have Gaelic as a child, I would sing at the Aberfeldy mod every year. When I was pregnant with my son, I would sing him a Gaelic lullaby. It was the only thing that would settle the kicks. My son is now 11 and going through the Gaelic medium education system. Although I had a lot of love for Gaelic from my youth, it was only when I found out about Gaelic medium education that it actually occurred to me to try and learn the language. I've been going to Gaelic evening classes and I'm fortunate to get some extra help and correction from my son. Delu giri a chocolate? h-ath fheuchainn. I've been a parent advisor speaking to parents considering Gaelic medium education for their children. It's certainly a decision we've never regretted. Gaelic is a very important and enjoyable part of our lives. Calum MacIlleathain.
Well, toirt a Maria does speak Gaelic. Cymara how?
Haguma.
Your first encounter with Gaelic was in the school choir. What did you know about the language before then?
So I didn't really know much about the language at all, but we were taught these songs and it was lovely to sing them, and we got a day out to have a faldi, which was always very exciting.
And you started learning Gaelic at first when your son was enrolled in Gaelic medium education. How has that been for you?
Well, the idea was that I would start learning when we made the decision. Unfortunately, it took me several years before I actually got stuck into it properly. But we always wanted to support his learning, and we did try and use it around the house. We were given flashcards with the Gaelic, the phonetics, and the English, and pictures. So we would do things like Gàidhlig, and we tried to support his learning that way.
Now, how easy is it for you to speak Gaelic at home to your son?
Not very, because he's very pedantic about my pronunciation and he's always correcting me. His current career aspiration is to be a Gaelic maths teacher, so he practices his teaching skills by correcting mummy quite efficiently.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice being able to sort of support his learning. With the flashcards were really useful. We had them stuck up around the different rooms in the house so that we would say the relevant things. And we tried to always say good morning, how are you, when we got up and things.
And have there been any breakthrough moments for you with your learning?
I keep thinking that there might be a light bulb one day and I'll just be able to speak Gaelic, but that's not how these things work. But I think the key moment really was I went into one of the committee meetings and normally they would all stop speaking Gaelic when I arrived, but they kept speaking Gaelic, and I realised that I understood some of what they were saying as well. And it was like, yeah, I definitely understand more than I can speak, which is a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. And do you have any favourite Gaelic words or phrases?
It has to be Pog Devami. We had a flashcard next to Owen's bed that said kiss your mum, and that was the first phrase that I learnt how to say and made a point of saying every night. I love my wee boy.
Oh, that is so special. Agus tafel, thank you so much for coming to talk to us. Cúmort, Líse Gaelic. Keep it up. Agus anish han taumaun a gold Airsploid called Calum. It's time to head off on another adventure. Let's join Speak Gaelic's outdoor enthusiast, Calum Maclaine. And for once, he's nowhere remote, but still up for a challenge.
Da chas chli, 2 left feet. Da chas chli. It's not something I've ever been accused of having. I can robot dance. I can ceilidh with the best of them. And yes, I can certainly boogie. But today, I'm in Dùn Èideann, Edinburgh, Dùn Èideann, to try something a little bit different. Gav Graemer carriage, take a partner, Gav Graemer carriage, agus hooky na gansa. I'm off to try some Bhangra dancing. This dannsaidh, dannsaidh, originates in h-ath, India, h-ath, and Pakistan. It is an important part of weddings, parties and family celebrations. The lyrics in the songs, are often about girl, love, girl, relationships, money and making merry. Just like most ceilidhs I've been to. Shreas Rinavas is a member of the Edinburgh Bhangra crew.
The origins of Bhangra are that it's a folk dance, so it's done as a community. All the farmers, they all come together to celebrate harvest and dance together. So there's moves that symbolize the swaying of crops in the farms. There's moves that symbolize the actual final product of the crop, so making a roti or a chapati.
And how important is the role of the drum within the music?
So you can always hear the beats of the drum, and it's a very good kind of indicator to kind of help the Bhangra dancer also find beats to dance to.
The outfits are amazing, they're really colourful. Is that an important part of the performance?
There's a lot of significance to these costumes, and there's a lot of respect that you have to give to these costumes as well. Before we start dancing as well, we kind of give a lot of significance to the ground that we're dancing on. So you kind of touch your hand to your temple or your head and kind of respect the ground that you're dancing on.
So you're going to teach me a few moves. What are we going to do?
So today we'll be focusing mainly on a segment called the dhammal. It's extremely energetic, so we'll be teaching you some of the basic steps of Bhangra because those are steps that any beginner would learn.
Right, now time to be part of the crew. Hami Jeshal, I am ready. Hami Jeshal, I think. I've lost it. Come on, get back in the groove, Callum. That's it. Almost. Vator spores of shit. That was great fun. Vator spores of shit. I'd happily bust some of those moves again. I just need to get my own crew together now. Chukini gaunsa le crew a Calum. But I need to get a singer I can add into the mix. What do you reckon, Joy?
I'd certainly be up for that, and I think Bhangra Celt could be a new genre in world music. Ceol na Cruinne, world music. And thanks to Calum, we now know that orainn are songs. Dawnsa is dance. And na hínsechan is India. Na hínsechan. Agus be Calum Airsploid san na program. Calum will be taking us on another adventure in our next episode. Airsploid Achanis a bhfuil sibh déisial san an tuilleach Gaelic a bhrian. Earlier on, we looked at ways in which we could answer the phrase "Jé rainniu." What did you do? Jé rainniu. Now we'll move on from the past tense to the future tense. Jé niu. What will you do? Jé niu. Or if you're talking about more than one person, Jé ní sin. What will we do? Jé ní sin. If you're with friends and trying to plan what to do at the weekend, you could say Jé ní sin an jiri h-ath. What will we do at the weekend? Jé ní sin an jiri h-ath. Or, to specify a particular day, Jé ní sin saharne. What will we do on Saturday? Jé ní sin saharne. You may also want to make some suggestions. To do that, you can use the phrase an chéad sin. Will we go? An chéad sin. For example, if you wanted to go to the cinema, an chéad sin gan tadhal. Will we go to the cinema? An chéad sin gan tadhal. Now, we respond to an chéad questions positively with H. Will go. H. Or the negative, chéad. Won't go. Chéad. So if you do decide to go to the cinema, you say H sin gan tadhal. We'll go to the cinema. H sin gan tadhal. Or if you decided not to go, chéad sin gan tadhal. We won't go to the cinema. Chéad sin gan tadhal. You can use the same structure to make alternative suggestions. For example, an níos sin an toirt bí. Will we eat in a restaurant? An níos sin an toirt bí. Or if you're making arrangements to travel, In gavshin taxi. Will we take a taxi? In gavshin taxi. Let's listen to this next conversation where people are making plans for the evening and see how much you can follow.
Nach buidheann lá.
Calum an taibh seo an bbliona. Hai áling tú.
Hai áling a chola lá.
Jenny sin an ó.
Wel, da sin díinear. Ní mis a bia. Dé an bia a ní mé noch.
Yn jed sin gan taith bí, Johnny. Chanelw y ffain ffos. Bw cocadach go hwla agus y hwla heiche.
Ach stel me mi a cócarach.
Ha taith bí ŵr an sefale. Se taith bí frangoch a ha. Nach jed sin awn.
Héid. Héid sin iawn ma ha.
Hai an y mi an y fale. Cymru hyd sin awn.
Yn te sin yn trene.
Hyd, stelym yn trene.
Héid sin yn fale yn trene.
Agus gai sin taxi gachi.
Gai.
Jenny yw y marwch.
Héid me yn fflat ag Michael. A mae dylen yn yes an cócarach gile.
Yn jed yw gan y fw an sefading.
Héid. Cianach chi me biach ar son yn lesan. Jenny yw hen y marach.
Hyd mi gan y bwt yn y marwch. Y ffala sin ma ha.
Ach. Fyddech chi sy'n grysach fe gile.
Fyrig.
And the lenshiv and corúch. Did you follow the conversation? And the lenshiv and corúch. First of all, Elsie asked Shonny, "Jé ní sin noch? What will we do tonight?" Jé ní sin noch. And Shonny's response, "Gai sin junior. We'll have dinner. Gai sin junior." To give Shonny a break from cooking, Elsie suggested a new French restaurant and asked, "Nach chéad sin iawn? Shall we not go there?" Nach chéad sin iawn. Nach chéad sin iawn is subtly different to unchéad sin iawn. It translates as "won't we go?" and means something like "let's go" or "why don't we go?" Now they've agreed to eat out, Elsie wonders, "Cimmer a héad sin iawn? How will we get there?" Cimmer a héad sin iawn. Luckily, they came to a decision. Héad sin gan bhaile an tréine. We'll go into town on the train. Héad sin gan bhaile an tréine. And as for coming back home, gai sin taxi gachi. We'll take a taxi home. Gai sin taxi gachi. Nach é sin a dhíist bhí páirt in chóruch. Let's listen again to part of that conversation. And remember, you can watch all of the conversations in this series on our website, supported by bilingual transcriptions.
Ha taith bí ŵr an sefale. Se taith bí frangoch a ha. Nach jed sin awn.
Héid. Héid sin iawn ma ha.
Hai an y mi an y fale. Cymru hyd sin awn.
Yn te sin yn trene.
Hyd, stelym yn trene.
Héid sin yn fale yn trene.
Agus gai sin taxi gachi.
Gai.
In this programme, we've often used the verb to go. Another very common irregular verb is fai, get or find. Faie, get it or find it. Its past tense is h-ath, and the secondary form is dùath. Yn dùadhu and theriget. Did you get the money? And the negative, h-ath, no. Its future tense, however, is completely different. Yiv. Yiv me. I'll get or find it. But the secondary form uses the command, fai, as with any regular verb. Am faiu sin go? Will you get that for me? And the negative, chamai, no. Now, let's have a quick look at some of what we've covered in this episode. To ask someone what they did, what did you do? Je rainu. Je rainu. If you want to say, I went, it's chaith me. Chaith me. To say, I didn't go, chadjech me. Chadjech me. So to ask someone if they went to the shops, you would say, Yn deachu gan y bhúchan. Yn deachu gan y bhúchan. And to reply, no, I didn't go, it would be chadjech. Chadjech. We also looked at how to discuss future plans and to be able to ask questions using will you go? Yn chéitiu. Yn chéitiu. If you're talking about more than one person or a group of people, will we go? Yn chéidshin. Yn chéidshin. Responses to yn chéid questions will be positive. Yes, we will go. Héich. Héich. Or in the negative, we won't go. Chachéich. Chachéich. Nisha cainnichih, remember, cainnichih gymfeuth sibh na programming centratio h-ath BBC iPlayer. You can watch all of the programmes in this series on BBC iPlayer. There are additional resources available on our website, and you can download our podcasts from BBC Sounds. Surely that's more than enough to keep you motivated until the next episode. Chuna na hurish maha, cheery and drasta.